Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS B&B Full Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful Monday, February 9th update. Deacon fires back at Ridge, defends deep Taylor love. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for Monday, February 9th, reveals that Deacon Sharp will fire back at Ridge Forrester and defend his deep love for Taylor Hayes. In Taylor's office, Ridge is seeing red now that she spotted Taylor and Deacon stealing smooches. It was bad enough hail about Deacon and Taylor's love from Steffy Forrester Finnegan, but actually seeing it in action will leave Ridge shocked. Ridge will reiterate that Cleric is venturing Taylor and her family by carrying on like this. Maybe Ridge could remind Deacon that he formerly set up Steffy and John Finnegan bleeding out in an alley because of Sheila Sharp. Now Sheila claims to be reformed, but what if that's only because of her marriage to Deacon? Sheila could go right off the rails again. The alternate, she finds out Deacon wants Taylor rather. Ridge went by the idea that Deacon really cares about Taylor all that much anyway, but Deacon will defend the connection they've set up. Cleric loves Taylor and say't stop, but Ridge will make it clear that he'll have to. Despite Deacon's passionate defense of his love, Ridge will push him to avoid Taylor from now on, or there'll be a price to pay. Ridge may worry that price will be Taylor's life if Sheila has anything to say about it. At some point, Ridge may protest Cleric out and try to get through to Taylor alone. This might be a good time for Ridge to bring up Steffy's claim and prompt Taylor to choose her family over her passions for Cleric. After Taylor faces Ridge's counter-reaction, B&B spoilers say she'll have a lot to pound over. Part of Taylor will know that Ridge is right, but another part of her will find it extremely delicate to stay down from Deacon when he makes her feel so much. Ridge will advise Taylor that her relationship with Cleric can only end in disastrous news, so stay tuned for updates on what she'll do next. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say love will remain complicated on the CBS cleaner no matter what. At Forrester, Ridge starts murmuring and shaking his head as Steffy explains that her mama has fallen for Deacon. They both suppose this is crazy. Steffy says Hope is thrilled about this, but they need to stop Sheila from learning about this. He can't wrap his head around what Taylor is allowing. It's like she's signed off Deacon and Sheila's history. They're sure Cleric has manipulated his way into Taylor's life. Steffy says her mama confessed she has passions for him. She reminds her pater that her mama went to a dark place after he left her again. He wants Taylor happy, but not in a way that will put everyone in peril. Steffy explains she's formerly given her mama and claim she wants to cover her mama, but her kiddies come first. They want Taylor to have someone, just not Deacon. She thinks her mama is lost. Ridge is sure she'll find her way back to reality. He decides to go and check on her. He assures her that Deacon won't be in her mama's life. In Taylor's office, she and Deacon are making out. She says they shouldn't do this. They pant. He announces he's going to revitalize the bikini bar and turn it into his eatery. He's living up to his full eventuality because of her. She's tutored him to want and do better. Deacon says he's been closing himself off to his woman for his sake and his kiddies. They're hysterical of the woman he's with, and he doesn't want to lose them. Taylor points out that the nearer they get, the further she risks driving her kiddies down. He hates the position she has been put in, but what they've is pure and true, and he doesn't suppose she wants him to let HR go. As they kiss, Ridge barges in and slams the door. He declares that Deacon is putting her and her family in peril. This ends now, Ridge orders. Hope walks into Il Giardino, spots Sheila and tries to run. Sheila stops her to talk about her favorite ravioli and how Deacon prefers scapegoat rubbish to brown adulation. Hope asks where her pater is. He's with Taylor, says Sheila. Hope cachinnations awkwardly as Sheila addresses about how Taylor always finds a way to squeeze Cleric in. Sheila says it's like Taylor has breathed new life into her hubby and their marriage. Hope plays with her hair as Sheila goes on about Deacon and Taylor's late-night remedy sessions. Hope says she just wants her pater happy. Sheila says she adores him with her whole heart. She adds that the pressure with her and Deke is hard on their pater. Sheila wants to be there for both of them and for them to be family. It would be easier if they both accepted she's Cleric life mate to death. She insists on giving Hope redundant pizza to show she can be nice. Hope has known her for her whole life, and she has tried to see the nice side for her pater's sake, but she's not sure she can understand what drew them together. Sheila says it's unique and important. They've their own language and Taylor speaks it now too. Hope says her father has clearly changed because of the love of a woman. Sheila gets all the pizzas and bag of food Hope ordered. She tells her how well she and Deacon work. They've a beautiful life together that's further than she ever pictured of. She'll always fight for Cleric and no bone will ever come between her and her hubby. The silence that follows Ridge's voice in Taylor's office is really loud. It is the kind of quiet that hurts your ears and makes your heart beat faster. For a moment Deacon's hands are still on Taylor's waist. Her breath is still mixed with his. The warmth of their kiss is still there like something that can hurt them. Then reality sets in. Taylor pulls away quickly like she has been burned. She puts her hand on her lips. Her eyes are wide with shock and shame. She also looks like she really regrets what just happened. Ridge is standing in the doorway breathing hard. His jaw is clenched tight. The muscle in his jaw is moving. He is looking at Deacon with a lot of anger. This anger seems to have been building up for years, not because of what is happening now. Taylor's office is filled with tension. The air is thick with unspoken emotions. The silence between them is uncomfortable. Feels like something is about to explode. Ridge slams the door shut behind him. The sound of the door slamming makes an echo that fills the room. Deacon stands up straight. Moves to stand in front of Taylor. He does this without thinking about it. He just does it. This makes Ridge angrier. It looks like Deacon is trying to own Taylor or keep her safe. Ridge does not think Deacon should be doing this. Ridge thinks Deacon has no right to act like he is protecting Taylor. Ridge gets mad when he sees Deacon standing in front of Taylor like this. Ridge is really angry. "You have a lot of nerve," he says in a scary voice. He is talking about Deacon coming into her office and touching her and getting her into his problems. Taylor wants to say something. She wants to explain what happened and say it is her fault. Ridge does not let her talk. He keeps going. Points at Deacon with his finger. "Do you know what you are doing?" he asks Deacon. "Do you just not care who gets hurt as long as you get what you want?" Deacon does not back down. He takes a breath and lets it out slowly. This helps him calm down. When Deacon speaks, his voice is firm and controlled. It is almost calm, which makes Ridge angrier. Deacon says, "I know what I am doing." He also says, "And I care more than you will ever understand." Ridge laughs loudly. Does not believe what Deacon is saying. He shakes his head. He looks at him with disgust. "You really care," he says. Ridge is married to Sheila Carter. Sheila Carter is the woman who shot his daughter. She left Finn lying in an alley bleeding badly. Sheila Carter is a woman who has hurt a lot of people. Now Ridge is standing here saying he cares about Taylor? Taylor finally speaks up. She moves around Deacon. Stands between the two men. She is like a wall trying to stop them from fighting. "Ridge, stop this," she says. Her voice is soft. She means what she says. "This is not just Deacon's fault," Taylor says. "I am here because I chose to be. I am an adult. I can make my own decisions." Ridge looks at me and for a moment his eyes are not so hard. Then he gets angry again. He says quietly, "That is what scares me." He means that the decision I made could be very bad for me. Could cost me everything. Then he turns to Deacon and his eyes get cold again. He says, "Sheila is not a person now. I do not care how times she smiles or plays house or serves pasta at Il Giardino. The woman is dangerous. The moment she finds out that you are in love with Taylor, she is going to lose her temper. When she loses her temper, she is not just going to come after you. Taylor is the one she is going to come. She is going to come after our kids too." Deacon's jaw tightens, a flicker of something crossing his eyes. He tells me that I do not get to tell him what Sheila will or will not do. I have spent time with Sheila than anyone else and I know the risks of Sheila better than he thinks. Ridge steps closer to Deacon, getting right in Deacon's face. Then he says that Deacon is a fool than he thought. Because he is taking a chance with Taylor's life, and that is a very serious thing to do with Taylor's life. That really gets to Taylor. She feels like she has been punched. She tries to stay calm. She is really scared. She says to Ridge in a voice, "Ridge, please do not do this." Ridge is not done talking. He says, "This is now." His voice is loud and firm. "You need to stay from Taylor. You need to walk out that door and not come back. If you do not do what I say, then something bad will happen to you." Deacon does not flinch. "You do not scare me," he says in a voice. You do not get to decide who Taylor loves. Taylor's breath catches when she hears the word loves. Ridge's eyes quickly turn to Taylor, looking at her face to see if it is true, even though he already knows what he will find. Taylor, he says in a voice almost like he is begging, tell me that Taylor and I are not really over, that Taylor does not love someone else. The room feels really small all of a sudden as Taylor struggles. Her eyes are shiny as she looks at Ridge, then at Deacon. She sees the mess of choices and emotions that re out in the open between them. Taylor says, I never meant for this to happen. Her voice is shaking. But it did happen, she says. And what I feel for Deacon is real, Taylor tells them. She is talking about her feelings for Deacon. They are real. Ridge closes his eyes. You can see the pain all over his face. For a moment he looks really old and tired, like a man who has been through a lot and lost every time. When he opens his eyes again, he looks strong and determined. Then you are making a mistake, he says. He turns to Deacon one time. Get out, he tells Deacon. Deacon does not move away, he just looks at Taylor, and you can tell they are saying a lot to each other without talking. They are looking at each other with a lot of longing and fear. It is like they are making promises to each other that they do not say out loud. Ridge is still looking at Deacon and Deacon is looking at Taylor, and you can feel the tension between them, between Ridge and Deacon and between Deacon and Taylor. He tells her that he is not going anywhere. He says this to her in a voice. No matter what happens, he is not going anywhere. Then he turns around, walks out of the room. The door closes behind him. It sounds final. This leaves Taylor standing there staring at the door. Her heart is beating fast. She is about to cry. Ridge is still in the room with Taylor. He is watching her. He looks angry, also very worried about her. Taylor can see the worry in his eyes. Ridge is still watching Taylor, the girl he cares about. Across town at Il Giardino, you hear the noise of dishes and the quiet talk of people eating. Sounds like a day. Hope is standing near the entrance and she is not moving. Her heart is beating fast. Sheila is behind the counter. She is smiling at Hope. The smile is too nice. It looks like she has practiced it a lot. This makes Hope feel a chill go down her spine. The smile from Sheila at Il Giardino is really getting to Hope. Sheila talks a lot about ravioli and goat cheese, what Deacon likes. Her voice is nice and friendly. She sounds like a wife who really loves her husband. Hope is having trouble paying attention to what Sheila is saying. Hope's mind is over the place. Sheila keeps mentioning Taylor. She talks about Taylor a lot. Sheila tells stories about nights and therapy sessions. She says Taylor has made Deacon and their marriage better. Sheila says Taylor has brought life to Deacon and their marriage. Hope hears Sheila say Taylor's name again and again. Hope forces a laugh, twists her hair nervously. Her instincts are screaming that this conversation is not right. Sheila is talking about something that Hope does not fully understand yet. Hope says, I just want my dad to be happy. She chooses her words carefully. Sheila's eyes gleam. She says, oh, he is happy. She says it softly. He is happier than he has ever been, she says. We have a life together, Hope. Sheila will fight for this life. The way Sheila says always is really something. It is sweet. There is something else underneath that makes Hope feel sick to her stomach. Sheila puts a lot of food in Hope's bags, including pizza. She is being very kind. Seems like she is trying too hard. Family sticks together, Sheila says quietly. To death, she adds. Hope swallows hard. Nods. She takes the bags from Sheila. She really wants to get out of there. Hope thinks she should tell someone about this because something does not feel right. Hope wants to warn someone before something happens to her family. Back in Taylor's office, the air feels really thick. Ridge and Taylor are standing there looking at each other. They have a lot of history together. Ridge says to Taylor, Steffy told you to make a choice. He is speaking softly. You have to choose between your family and him, he says. Taylor looks away from Ridge. She starts to cry. I know that, she says in a quiet voice. That is what is making me so upset. Ridge wants to comfort Taylor. He puts his hand on her arm. He tells her that he wants her to be happy. He does not want her to be happy with someone like Deacon. Deacon could bring Sheila Carter back into Taylor's life. Taylor closes her eyes, leans into his touch. She feels safe when he touches her. She also feels something for Deacon. Taylor is torn between the two men. She says that she does not know how to leave Deacon. Deacon makes Taylor feel alive. He makes her feel like she is seen, like she matters. Taylor feels this way when she is with Deacon. Ridge wants Taylor to be happy but not with Deacon. Ridge's face looks guilty. He knows he did not do a job of helping Taylor in the past. You are important, he says. To your children. To all of us who care about you. Please do not give up. When Ridge walks away, Taylor sits back in her chair. Her mind is racing. She knows that whatever she decides to do will affect Taylor's life and the people around her, including her kids and Ridge. Deacon is standing by himself outside the office building. The cool air feels good. He is trying to be brave. He is really scared. Deacon takes out his phone. He starts to type a message. Then he stops. He does not send it. Deacon thinks about Sheila. He thinks about hope. He knows something bad is going to happen. The storm is coming to Deacon. He thinks about the storm and what it will bring to Deacon. And somewhere across Los Angeles, Sheila finishes her shift at Il Giardino, her smile fading the moment she's alone, her eyes narrowing as pieces begin to fall into place, a dangerous curiosity sparked by Hope's nervousness and Taylor's name echoing in her mind. The game is shifting, the stakes rising, and love, as always in this city, is about to collide with obsession in ways no one is prepared for. Night falls over Los Angeles. It is like a big thick curtain. Taylor Hayes is still awake in her office. The lights are not so bright now. She can see the city through the windows. It looks pretty with soft yellow and blue colors. Taylor Hayes is sitting up straight at her desk. Her hands are held together tightly and her fingers hurt. She keeps thinking about what Ridge said. This ends now. There will be consequences. Taylor Hayes remembers Ridge saying that. Keeps playing over and over in her mind. She knows Ridge well and she can see that he is scared. This fear is real. It makes sense that he is feeling this way. Knowing this makes everything feel more painful. She puts her fingers on her temples. Tries to calm down her thoughts. She is trying to figure out how her life got so complicated. She has a lot of feelings like longing and guilt. She is in a dangerous situation. For a time she has been the strong one. She is a therapist. She helps people deal with their problems. She is usually very calm. She knows how to make good decisions. She has always been careful to protect her heart. Her heart is really open now. It is. She does not know how to keep it safe without hurting it very badly. She is worried about her heart. The heart is very important to her. Her phone buzzes on the desk. It startles her. She hopes it is Deacon for a moment, then she feels bad for hoping that. The screen shows Steffy's name. Taylor takes a breath before she answers the phone. Hi, sweetheart, Taylor says, trying to sound calm. Steffy does not say hello or anything nice. Dad just left your office, Steffy says. What happened with Deacon? Taylor closes her eyes, thinking about what to say. What you think, she says softly. There is a pause on the end of the line. It is heavy with feelings that nobody is saying loud. Mom, Steffy says, finally, her voice cracking a bit. Please tell me you are not still doing this thing. Taylor swallows hard. I do not know what I am doing anymore, she says. I never meant to hurt Steffy or her brother. I never meant for any of this to happen. Steffy's frustration gets much to handle. She tells Taylor that she is hurting them. The longer Taylor hangs out with Deacon, the more Taylor is picking Deacon over her family. These words really hurt Taylor. They are mean and harsh. Taylor says that is not true, and now she is crying. Taylor loves her family more than anything. Steffy asks Taylor to pick her family. This is because Sheila Carter is a person they cannot ignore or talk sense into. Taylor knows what Sheila Carter is able to do. Taylor's chest gets all tight as she remembers things. Sheila's mean eyes, the things she did, and how scared she made their family. Taylor says softly, I know I really do. Steffy lets out a sigh, and you can tell she is very tired. I do not want to lose you, Mom, she says in a voice. But I will not let my kids get hurt. Not ever. I will keep them safe. My kids will be safe from Sheila. When the call ends, Taylor looks at the phone. The weight of her daughter's words is really getting to her. It feels like something is pushing down on her, like the earth is pulling her down. Taylor's daughter said some things that were hard for Taylor to deal with. Taylor is thinking about what her daughter said. It is making her feel really bad. The things her daughter said are weighing heavily on Taylor. Across town, Deacon Sharp is sitting by himself in his car. The car is parked under a streetlight that is not shining steadily. Deacon Sharp's hands are holding the steering wheel tightly like the steering wheel is the only thing that is keeping him from feeling completely lost. He is thinking about the things Rich said to him. Those things do not scare Deacon Sharp as much as the thought of